Good evening. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hopefully, you're having a good day. Hopefully, you had some good sales. Make sure I don't kick on here.
Personal number was fine for
Oh,
a
yeah,
while.
look at that. All right. Hopefully, everyone had a good day. Good day in sales, good day in listing. Today, we're going to go over what I consistently pick up. I'm going to show you some items from my most recent thrift haul. This will be, I usually try and find the same sort of items. I'll show you what I avoid, and hopefully they can help you out and find some things that you sell as well. But yeah, it's been crazy the past what was it past couple days. Just been busy with work, my day job, trying to keep sorted and trying to get back on track after I came back from Phoenix. So as always in the chat, guys, I want to hear how you guys have done today, what you've sold, how many of you sold, what have you picked up, and questions in the chat. Love to hear you guys. If you're watching after the fact, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let's see. I've had one on Amazon today. That was FBA. And what I have on, I had five or six. Sorry, just refreshed. And I actually sold a pair of shoes for my liquidation lot. Sold a pair of shoes for $52. I'll show you the pair right here. And it'll give you hope that shoes do sell. So if you do look at a liquidation lot, I see Heart of Dixie Flipper had asked, any more liquidation lots coming? Not at the moment, but I need to get back out there and look. I haven't been looking lately at liquidation. Hey, Lay, what's up? First in the chat. Hey, D, what's going on? D, I've missed you at noon. I've had meetings Monday and Tuesday. I've been out. Blackberry, PNW, what's going on? Flippin' Sister, good to see you. Marrakech, what's going on? DJ West, Wanda Mercari, nice. John Daynard, how's it going? 6 eBay, 2 Amazon for Hardy Dixon Flipper. April had 4 on Amazon, nice. Hey, Source from Paradise, what's going on? Sending your stuff to auction. That's something I've been debating. I don't know about you guys, but I want to hear about what you guys do. I consistently look at my live listings. I go through what's currently going to expire and renew because I always do 30-day listings. But I also look at what currently gets posted. I like to look at if I have any watchers. But of the old stuff that it'll give you an alert saying, hey, this item is old. You should look at revising the listing. I contemplate sending that stuff to auction just to see what happens. But I end up either forgetting or leaving it out there. Sometimes it just sells. But I contemplate putting it on auction. Do you guys put stuff on auction? Hey, Pat D's, what's going on? 1 Amazon merchant fulfilled, 2 on eBay for D. Nice. D says, my eBay is still on vacation even though I'm back. Yeah, sometimes you think about that, right? Spoiler alert, it's Under Armour. That is one of them. I'm sending a crap ton to auction. Source from Paradise. Nice. Dead stock needs to go. To Crazy Card, what's going on? I think I might have screwed up a model rocket sold in 3 minutes. $118 paid $3. Hey, Mike. Yeah, that's something you think about, right? When you list something and it sells immediately. And I'm going to show you something that that happened to me. And the person took pictures, their picture, and I'll show you why they returned it. But it's a great brand, so you guys need to pick it up because it sells consistently. Hey, Karen, what's going on? Karen is one of my loyal Instagram followers. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. All right. PNW, new to Amazon. Have you ever had a pending sale for more than 4 days? I'll ask, is it FBA? If it's FBA, sometimes they're waiting for their payment to clear, or it's a delay. I guess I've seen it pending for a while and then it clears. If they didn't order Prime is my guess. But yes, I've had a pending sale for 4 days, or payment doesn't clear and it will go back in your inventory. I've had that as well. Canceled sale. Leia says, I need to get rid of things that have to sit around, either not sold or not listed for whatever reason. Yeah, FBA, that's probably right. Hey, Craig, what's going on? Craig, I got your message. Sorry, I got busy today. I see your show is at 10 p.m. Tuesday, or what was it, Tuesday? Did you say? Yeah, I can delay if you have that going. But yeah, so I've seen it stall out. I actually had an FBA order 5 San Jose Sharks hats. I thought I was gonna be able to show you one. But here, let me show you. Here you go. So I sent these into FBA. Here's an example of hats I tend to buy either at the thrift store or wholesale. But I have 10 of these, and I kept 2 back, so I have 12 total. 2 on eBay, 10 on FBA. Someone actually paid expedited shipping. They bought 5 for a total of $110. Today, I get an alert of initiated return because it says shipper address or order customer address undeliverable. So they're getting returned. They're going to make it back into my inventory, and I'll just resell them. But someone posted in the Facebook group. Here, I'll post in the Facebook group if someone does not have it handy. But someone posted about hats in the Amazon group, in the liquidation group. Hats, if you find stickers on them, check the sweatbands. If they're good condition and it's $2 to $3, I typically buy them. And if they're sports hats, for me, it's a no-brainer. I just posted a link in the chat. Those are some examples. A Reebok, and I guess said check the brim right there, brim right there, the sweatband right in the middle. If it looks unused, without stickers or without UPCs, go for it. But that was something that happened to me was customer undeliverable. Sharks are in it. Yeah, they're still in it. Yeah, they're playing right now, right? What's the score? Last I looked, it was 1-0 Sharks. Do you have to show a receipt to sell hats in FBA? No, but you will if they do question authenticity. You will need to show invoice that you got them from a legit source. So I buy them from a distributor. I have them on my invoice. I can show that they're legit Reebok hats. But otherwise, you do not need it until they ask you for it. If you don't have it, you could get into hot water. Michiana Picker, 2 items on Amazon. Nice. Hey, Full of Grace Pickers, what's going on? Chris, what's the longest you've had an item on eBay sit before selling? I read that backwards, but I have a good 10 to 20 that are 16 months old at the currently. I probably should go and clear them out, lower the price, send to auction. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier, but I have probably 20 that are 16 months old, and that's kind of my theory is I let stuff sit. Just because I would my focus is getting quantities onto eBay and stuff consistently moves. So I'm getting between 6 to 15 a night. And then on the weekend, I get anywhere probably from 20 to 40, depending on my how it's going. So I'm okay with my older stuff sitting. It doesn't bother me. I know other resellers are different. They will clear items out. I will let them sit. And I typically don't touch the price. Was surprised to find these hockey hats. Yeah, Landshark found some awesome hockey hats. Now, one would think that if you're finding sports memorabilia, that the higher end teams, you know, you're talking about the more pro teams, the Patriots, San Jose Sharks, Blue Jackets, Red Sox, right? That stuff consistently sells. But if you happen to find the not as well found teams, the Dayton Cyclones, you can get some minor league teams. You can get some vintage sports items or logos that aren't around anymore. Those items will typically get you a higher dollar amount. So Landshark found a couple of nice hockey hats. Now, Craig, I think you posted them in the Facebook group. But if you find stuff like that that is not as common, those things can do very well for you. And usually hats are great because you could buy them for $1 to $2, even up to $4 I'd buy them. So great pick. But yeah, logos consistently look. Those things I always pick up. Rusted Raccoon, thanks for the super chat. Make sure you give him a follow as well. He has some great content. He has some awesome stuff on Instagram as well. So give him a follow. What's the longest I've had it on eBay before selling? Shoot. Some of my liquidation stuff that when I first started liquidation is still up there. like string lights, some things I should probably remove, or I should probably discount to 99 cents and send to auction. But yeah, say older than 16 months. Source and Paradise, eBay, list, wait, end, repeat, list, wait, end, repeat. See, that's why I don't end it. And if you say system generated end, yes, I just let it go. What's considered a credible source to satisfy Amazon? Hard to Dixon Flipper, double check the terms of service, but as long as it comes from a vendor or manufacturer that lists the UPC and item condition or item, like for the example, it would give the UPC on your invoice that ties to the product, as well as a description of that product. And it's an invoice directly tied to your name and your business back to that manufacturer or distributor. That's why they ask for, when you go to request to get ungated, that's the thing they want to, as a credible source, they want that invoice. Craig, I'd at least do $24.99. But yes, that's a great price. For me, maybe even do $29.99 and put best offer. I love best offer. How do you get ungated in clothing? So I got ungated in Reebok because the source I bought from had Reebok items. And I used that invoice that had Reebok on the invoice, sent that in, and they allowed me to sell. Now I am not ungated in Adidas, Nike. So a lot of the larger things I'm not ungated in terms of clothing, but Reebok I am. Go figure. As well as Majestic. Trista Ray, good to see you. Hey, Rump Stump. Pat D's, appreciate the $5. Thank you. As well, Pat D's. I was on Pat D's show, what was it, May 7th? Check that show out. Great show. I'd say so myself. But he puts out some good content, so give him a sub. Hard to Dixon Flipper, appreciate the super chat. Tracy, good to see you. And you look like you got some sleep. Yes, I have been sleeping. I will go over Ink Frog. So I've been utilizing Ink Frog with some of my help. So I will give a tutorial of what I'm doing with Ink Frog, and it's allowing me to focus more on my wholesale. Look at that, another sale. Focus more on my wholesale, get my stuff listed, get my stuff organized. You can see back there, folding stuff that kind of fell over right there. But yeah, so I will do a tutorial on Ink Frog for those of you that want to know how I'm doing with that. Look at that, another Rusty Raccoon, a Houston Oilers hat sold. So that also came from my vendor. I think I bought like 36 of them, and they're selling for $24.58. Chris recently found an internet company offering New Era, but they are located in China. Yeah, I would be skeptical of that. I don't know. That's a tough one. What I would do is try and compare it to a local one. Maybe you can buy one or two and maybe get it validated if they can provide a source, or they can show that they're also a vendor to a U.S. supplier. Maybe go that way. But with jerseys and hats, look at the logo, look at the tag. The tag's a big thing. Look at the New Era tag versus other items, and that might help. But to your point, I would be a little skeptical without verifying through different channels. All right, so a couple things we'll go through. What I It's a really cool shirt, button-up shirts. But only certain things I will look for. Wrangler is awesome. Wrangler's a good one. But pearl snaps. I don't know if you could see pearl snaps. See if I can get the sleeve here. But see how they're kind of half circle-ish, half moonish. They do stick up and they snap. I can unsnap without ripping it right there. Look for the pearl snaps, especially the Wranglers. And to Mike's point, to Crazy Card, I've listed some Wrangler pearl snaps, and they've almost sold instantaneously. I do list them for about $34.99. If I find a Wrangler like this with buttons, I'll leave it. But if I find one with pearl snaps, I'll pick it up. A lot of times with the pearl snaps, you'll find a lot of Western patterns. Look for that stuff. That stuff does well. I pick those up every time. They will go consistently. Here's something I pick up all the time, and I did have a return because look at that. It's a little worn. Now, I did get this from the bins, and I'm grateful I got this from the bins, but this was passed up multiple times, and I think I've showed this on a previous episode, but Tech, apparel since 2000, TEC, and that's what it looks like, Scotty vest. It's all one word. They are known for the pockets. I think they have infomercials, and I think they have, what, 30, 40 pockets on it, but on both sides, this is a vest. Kind of see here. This simple vest, and it's pretty subliminal. So if you're looking around, you can see that. That sticks out. It's upside down, TEC. But I'm trying to get you the logo. Where's the logo on it? So I sold this on best offer. There's what it looks like, if you can see it. I'll take a picture and post it. It's really hard to see. It's all black. I've sold one before that was double extra large. A blue one I actually bought in Salt Lake City. These sell really fast. I relisted it. So someone bought it for $49. I took a best offer, $49. Returned it. Said it was old. I did write staining on the inside. I guess they either didn't look at the picture, but they returned it. I took it back. I relisted it for $69.99. My 5% off dropped it, I think 65 or 66. I already have 2 watchers on it. I relisted it last night. So returns, I don't worry about returns because I'm going to resell this. This brand is almost instantaneous. If you look at these brand new, they have a high value on them. Even used, they go well. So obviously multiple people pass this up. And there is the logo right there. It's like a V and an S. Keep your eyes out for this. This is a good seller, even old. I say old, little worn. So Scotty Vest. Hey, Nathan, what's going on? Bought an antique dollhouse. There you go. Instant sale usually means they have the item in their saved searches. That's true. Now, I have saved searches in my eBay for FBA. I consistently have between 1 and 5 items I have search on, and I look at it every day. I do not wait for my email to say this has been posted. I buy it instantaneous. My buy price is $30 on eBay, and my resale price on Amazon is $115, between $100 and $115. So that's another thing to use eBay with brands and electronics. Use your safe searches. They do really well. Hey, Fat Man, what's going on? Good to see you. You've had some awesome Instagram posts lately. All right, here's another one, and this is kind of overarching sports themes, especially themes that are specific to unique sporting events. Like this is the Tostitos Bowl, really cool. It's Kansas State. So you can find unique. I tend to buy every school I find. And a lot of times, some I'll sit, some I'll sell. But the ones I do sell, I get my value that make up for the stuff that sits that will eventually sell. So you have your long tail and short tail items, sports things. You can go on both ends of the spectrum. Some's a chance and some's an immediate sell. So Chris, can you do a tutorial on safe searches? Great call, D. I will do that because safe searches are invaluable. And I can go through again, but I just research between the both and see what sells on consistently on both. I would recommend to start for electronics. Use electronics in your thrift store. Go to Goodwill, look up all your used electronics, and see if you're ungated on Amazon. If you are, compare both prices. You can see you're going to get used electronics a lot higher sell price than what you're going to get on eBay, almost consistently. VCRs, you can get double, and that's I'm spreading that off, but look that up. And D, great point. I will put that up. So there you go. Unique school stuff, BCS, Bowl Championship Series. So that's a good thing to look for. Someone posted Under Armour, and we're getting to that, but I like Nike Golf. And keep an eye out for golf stuff. If you have a lot of golf, big golf courses, you think of Oakmont, Pebble Beach, the bigger golf courses. We have a couple around here that are pretty popular. Scioto around here is a big one. The Jack Nicklaus Memorial Tournament, that's a big one. That stuff I buy, and it consistently sells. So what I would recommend is look up, and this is Nike Golf. This is a Fit Dry. It's right there, Fit Dry. You can find them. It will say Tour Performance right there. The Tour Performance is, for me, is a little higher quality, and you can get a little more top dollar than just a Fit Dry. But I would recommend looking up the golf course. That helps. Add that to your listing. Add that to your title. Add that to your description. I would make if you add a detail underneath the description or just above the description, underneath the photos, put like theme or golf course and put the title of the golf course in the detail. That will allow it to be searchable. If people are searching for a Scioto golf shirt, let's say they're golfing at that golf course, they want a shirt, they don't want to pay full price. So look up your golf courses. They can do well. Here's another one. I'll get into someone's actually buying stuff for me, but they bought a plane. This is something not to buy. I told them they bought a Pebble Beach brand. No logo on it, nothing. That's not a buy. Don't buy an off-brand polo shirt without something on it. Well, I'll tell you if this ever sells. This might be my 16-month hold. Here's we talked about golf courses. This is Jack Nicklaus. I find this a lot. The polar bear with the golden polar bear right there. That brand does well for me. I hit about 50-50 depending on the shirt. This is very nice because it has the Memorial Tournament, which is the PGA Tour event that comes through. So Jack Nicklaus does all right for me. Pick that up. Here's a brand. I think this is a sleeper brand. This one does well. Look at the pattern on that. Now, if you're in the thrift store and you see something like this without looking at the brand, look at that. Really cool shirt. Awesome design. But this brand right here, Donald Ross. This one, I can get a higher sell price on this than Under Armour. I can get these for about 34 to 35. Even with best offer, people are looking for Donald Ross, and they will buy that at full price, full list price. Brian Spear, yes, the stuff I'm showing you right now is all thrift store. But what's nice about the way we're looking at bolos and brands and stuff like that is when you're going to trade shows, when you're going to ASD, when you're going to looking on the internet, when you're going through different suppliers, you can say, you can think to yourself, hey, Donald Ross is a great brand. When you talk to your vendors that you meet at ASD, hey, can I buy a case of your Donald Ross shirts if they have any? Can I buy a case of your San Jose Reebok hats? And that's where you teach yourself from the thrift stores, kind of starting off small. That's where I started to buy larger quantities at the vendors. And the Ding Dong just canceled the rocket sale. Oh no, didn't read the description. That's worst. Jack Nicklaus new in the mall are around 40 to 50. Yeah, Jack Nicklaus, awesome brand to sell. Here's another sleeper, I think, is golf. They're golf half sleeves, golf quarter sleeves, vests, especially when you can get cool brands on them. So this brand right here, this is almost an immediate pickup for me. Is FootJoy, FJ. Find on the inside, Dry Joy. This is a coat. This is it feels like a windbreaker. And what's nice is it has Firestone Country Club. I believe this one's local to Columbus. And it has the Hydrolite on the arm. So you can find unique Dry Joys, Hydrolite. But on the back, you will have this on the back with a polo shirt as well as the Dry Joys. These things I list for about $45. And I will take all the way down to 30 on them because these are quick movers. Look at the colors on that. That right there should immediately catch record. When you're looking at the thrift store, if this pops out you on the rack, this is a buy right here. You shouldn't question. I would buy this up to $8. So keep your eye out for that. FootJoy, anything FootJoy. Shorts, polo shirts, Dry Joys. Those are great buys. These typically I only buy the Adidas. Really cool polo shirts with cool designs on them. You might sit on them. You're probably going to get about $20. So recognize what your buy price is. There's an Addy Zero. I tend to buy them just for the brands or the design, but just be aware that you're probably only going to get $20 for them. But I buy them just because I like having them in inventory. I mean, you're making between $5 and $7 if you're a $4 buy price. So keep in mind, and that's kind of the bread and butter stuff, right? If you get the non-logoed stuff, you're going to make a couple bucks. But is it worth it to you? Is $4 to $5 worth it profit for you to pull it or list it, pull it, ship it, tape, bubble mailer, drive into the post office? That's up to you. Here we go. Here's an Under Armour loose heat gear. Things to look for in Under Armour. 9 times out of 10, Under Armour is an immediate buy, depending on your price. Mine are $4 to $5. Heat gear, cold gear, loose, fitted. Put those in your listings. And I believe this is either a golf brand or a golf course. This I will list without looking it up. But right there, nice pattern, nice design. People like that. Darren, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. A couple more things. We'll call it a night. Look at this. Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is immediate buy. Some sit longer than others, but his stuff does really well. And you can see Tiger Woods collection. You'll find that they have, some of them have the ventilated holes on the collar. But look at the colors on that. Again, when you're in the thrift store, you see this like heathered pattern. It almost has like stripes of white in it. This heathered pattern, if you in any of the shirt brands we talked about, is almost an immediate buy for me. People like looking for the heathered. I find heathered blue does well, heathered red. The darker heathered stuff, the gray and the blues, I like that stuff, especially if you can get a big name school on it, Ohio State. And this one's actually embroidered. Word of warning though, if stuff's embroidered, make sure it's not stained on the pattern, it's not pilled. And one thing I've learned the hard way on polo shirts, on the lighter colors, even in general, hold them up to the light, check the armpits. I've seen, you can tell what a deodorant stain is versus staining, or just deodorant versus staining. Hold it up to the light. If I see anything that's staining, it stays. Even if it has a big name brand on it. Snags stay. But those are some things to look for. I didn't look for those in the beginning. I've got burned on them. Check the armpits, and the lighter colors, hold up to the lights. In a lot of the thrift stores, you'll see that the halogen lights or the brighter lights, if you don't hold it up and lay it flat, you won't see those stains, and you won't, very hard to see. So when I lay it and I get home and I lay it down on my lights, I can see that staining that I should have picked up. Now I pick it up every time. So let it sit. Hey, Scott, what's going on? What's up, Peter Picker? But that's something to look for. Armpits and fronts on the bottom. A lot of times you get staining on the front of the shirt. Don't be afraid to check the back. I've saved myself a ton of headache learning that, but I've had to pay a little bit. We talked about button-up shirts. I've talked about Under Armour. Peter Millar. Peter Millar is a good brand. People ask about, should I buy a shirt if it's unbranded or not? There's a couple brands I'll buy unbranded. Under Armour, Travis Matthew, and this is what Travis Matthew looks like. Unbranded meaning there's not a golf course. There's not anything different on the shirt other than the brand name. Travis Matthew, Oakley, Peter Millar. And I will make a list. So for those of you that go to my website, there's gonna be a second page. I'm gonna have a website reference as well as to different things to look for in terms of clothing and electronics. But those are the unbranded picks. Everything else, Adidas, Nike, those 99% of the time have to have a different logo on the chest. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money on them. Scott, where are you at in Connecticut? I grew up there. What do you do if you realize you have purchased a counterfeit Under Armour or jersey after you get it home? If I recognize it's counterfeit, I'm probably just going to eat it. I would not chance selling it on eBay. I would not recommend doing that. But yeah. Otherwise, I mean, you could. I wouldn't try and sell it, just because there's a world of issues if you get caught. I wouldn't even chance it, but I'd probably just eat it. Just like you buy, sometimes if I buy an electronic item and I don't test it within 24 hours, and I can't bring it back to the store, that's probably $8 to $10 I'm just going to eat. It's all part of doing business, right? That's my philosophy. If I bought something counterfeit and I knew it was fake after the fact, I'm probably just going to keep it, or I'm going to put out a tag sale for $1. Tag sale being garage sale. Waterbury, nice. Bearded Picker. I grew up in Scott. I grew up in Meriden, Wallingford, which is just north of you. All right. Again, another big thing to watch out for is local high schools. This is a local high school. So someone bought this for me. Local high schools can do okay. Some do well for me, but just be aware. We see a lot of that in the Facebook group, local high schools. I sit on them. People sometimes buy them from me. But see you, John. Some people buy them. Just be aware of local high schools. Here's Pebble Beach we talked about. We'll just finish up here. PGA Tour. This is blank. Now, if I was getting this for $1, I'd buy it. But this is $4. I'm probably going to break even on that one. Last there, another Travis Matthew. Look at that. That M right there, that should trigger you. You're going to see it on the neck. Travis Matthew on the back. And that's what the tag looks like on the inside. Pick that up. See you, Full of Grace. Thanks for coming out. Something else to look for, and I think a lot of people pass this up. Cycling jerseys. Pearl Izumi, just like FootJoy. Pearl Izumi is great in the cycling cycling world. You'll have a lot of coats. You'll have a lot of shorts. You'll have jackets. Pearl Izumi is an awesome brand to look for. I buy that every single time. But cycling jerseys, always look them up. You can get good money for some of them, especially if you get some. Well, you saw the ones I got from Austin. You can get some good brands. So look for those. I forgot if I looked this one up. This is Nishiki, but I took a chance on that one. So, and you can almost always tell a cycling jersey from the front. Most always, 99% of the time from the back, you'll find the pockets on the side. But that's some of the stuff I've recently picked up. So hopefully that helps. Again, make sure you head to the website. I'm still working on it. I would love your feedback. I'm going to put some stuff on there. I want it to be a quick reference if you're looking for stuff like looking up buyer feedback. What do I do with XYZ? Some brands to look for. Make sure you check it out, as well as the Facebook group. What's your buy price for the cycling jersey? What's your max you would pay? Depending on what brand and what's on it, I'd probably spend up to $10. If it's like a Pearl Izumi, I'd spend a good money for it. I just picked up a Livestrong one for I think it was $6 or $7. So if you can find cycling jerseys with a ton of stuff on it, especially local to a city, that stuff does really well. But yeah, driving to Chicago, but quick stop at Target and watching. Thanks, Suin, for coming by. Safe travels to you. But yeah, P&W, it's most likely between $4 and $10, depending on what's on it. Oh, autism awareness. Nice, Heart of Dixie Flipper. That should do well. All right, everybody. That's all I had for tonight. Yeah, Graphic Sell. Thanks for coming on. Hopefully get some sold items after 10:30. Usually pretty good for me. Get some stuff running. And we'll talk to you guys later. As always, love to see you in the chat. Love to see you in the groups. And love to see what you pick up. So thanks for coming. We'll talk to you later. See ya.